In 2023, Lenovo Legion Y9000P first replaced the classic logo that has been in use for many years and then upgraded to the brand new 13th generation Core HX series processor, an RTX 40 series graphics card. The intention of striving for change is obvious. Can this civilian laptop king usher in a new life? Let's review it today. In fact, Lenovo Legion Y9000P 2023 is subdivided into two genres, namely the Extreme Edition equipped with high-end RTX 4090 or 4080 graphics cards and the Standard Edition. The laptop still adopts the traditional big butt appearance of the series, and many interfaces are located on the rear side of the laptop. From left to right are the RJ45 network cable interface, USB-C supporting 100 watts PD charging, and Lenovo self-developed 135 watts limited fast charging, HDMI to USB-A, and Lenovo's unique square power interface. The laptop can be easily opened and closed with one hand. The maximum opening and closing angle of the first two generations is the same as that of ordinary gaming notebooks. There is one USB-A and one C interface on the left. On the right is the advanced 3.5mm headphone and headset combo, the camera switch and the last USB-A. The number of interfaces on the whole laptop is very large, but it is a pity that even one Thunderbolt 4 is not reserved. The keyboard is developed with a more business-like pure white light, and the new logo on the A side will also light up white. But why does this shape look like a masterpiece of a popular star? The Lenovo Legion Y9000P 2023 standard version still uses the 13th generation Core HX series processors, starting with i5 13500HX, and the highest configuration of i9 13900HX with RTX 4070 is optional. The one in Yuna's hand is the second highest configuration of i9 to 13900HX with RTX 4060. The memory comes from Hynix, which is different from the game books I have been in contact with before. The frequency set by Lenovo for it reaches 5600 MHz, which is the highest among the game books that have been unboxed so far. DDR5 dual-channel 16 gigs. The Legion family is equipped with a standard 1TB hard drive this year. This capacity has now replaced 512 gigs and become the mainstream. It is a timely reign for the PS5 generation, which often uses 200 gigs for large-scale games. It has a 16-inch 16:10 ratio and has the traditional 2560 by 1600 resolution and 500 nit brightness of the 9000 series. This year, the refresh rate has been further increased to 240 Hz. Lenovo Legion Y9000P 2023 is pre-installed with a new Legion's own control center, which can adjust the laptop performance mode, screen output mode, and lighting effects. In addition, it also supports Lenovo's ancestral FN plus Q switching performance mode. The power button has a light for indication. In the three modes of Quiet, Balanced and Beast, the light colors are blue, white, and red. Forza Horizon 4 is one of the most optimized games of the PS4 generation. The utilization rate of the graphics card is extremely high, and a good CPU can provide higher physical rendering efficiency. The RTX 4060 is not satisfied with this game at 1080p resolution. It stands to reason that the bottleneck should be on the CPU. Total War 3 Kingdoms is also a well-optimized game and calls DX11 API, so it can also indicate the performance of older games, such as GTA 5. Red Dead Redemption 2 calls the relatively uncommonly used Vulkan API, so the pressure on the CPU is relatively high, and the gap between different levels of graphics cards is also narrowed. When Cyberpunk 2077 was first released, it was one of the most expensive configurations in mainstream games. Later, after the introduction of FSR, it gradually became more accessible to the people. However, because its elements on the same screen are too dense, the lower limit of smooth play is still not low. Overall, although Lenovo Legion Y9000P 2023's game performance is very good, except for the two competitive online games that consume more cache, the rest did not cause a one-sided crushing of the two opponents. On the one hand, this shows that playing games depends on the graphics card after all, and the CPU is especially reduced when it comes to 2K resolution. On the other hand, there may be room for improvement in Lenovo's scheduling. After all, the single-core running score of the previous R23 is not normal. After more than a year of controversies, Lenovo finally handed over an almost perfect answer sheet, Legion Y9000P 2023, except for a slight sacrifice in workmanship. Almost every other point is the best in the configuration range, even includes temperature and noise control. It's a pity that the measured performance is not completely superior. It is seriously suspected that the performance scheduling needs to be improved. In addition, from the performance of Adobe CC, it can be seen that although the HX series processors have powerful performance, after cutting off many core display units, Intel's proud core display acceleration is not as good as before, and pure content creation may not be the opponent of the H series. students who buy a laptop mainly to edit or cut videos may need to make trade-offs. Thank you for watching this video and see you soon.